Hey people, what is up? Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your beard bro, Kevin, back with another video. And today we'll be discussing or reviewing one of the best films to come out during the ECQ. And it's called Old Guard. So with one of the weirdest names for an action film, it may throw a lot of people off, but please don't, because some points of this film is probably better than John Wick, and with regards to character building and all that. So please give it a shot if you see it on Netflix. So this movie stars the amazing Charlize Theron? How do you say? I think she's definitely one of the most underrated female actresses out there, because a lot of her films are actually pretty epic and she is a really intense actress. And in Old Guard, there's no difference. She definitely brought her A game in this film. So she plays Andromache. So in Greek mythology, Andromache was just a side character in the Iliad, and I think why they did choose like a little bit of a side character in one of those epic stories, so they could build their own mythos for this character, and her name literally translates into the Bachelor of Men. So that's pretty badass, and I think this movie just made that into its own thing. So the synopsis of this film is Andromache is essentially an immortal being, an immortal warrior, okay? And she leads a group of immortal soldiers. So there are 5 of them, and they're all immortal. So you may think, how will they give some sort of meaningful conflict to this film if they're all immortal or if they have nothing to lose? But trust me on this, they develop the characters in such a way that they have some sort of noteworthy backstory that you will be invested in, and that is no small feat for this type of film. So the rest of the cast, we have Matthias, Schoenaerts. It's really hard to pronounce, so I'll just put it here. And we have the picture right here, so you can research how you would pronounce his name. So next we have Marwan Kenzari. And side note, he also plays Ejiofor in the Aladdin remake, but I definitely think that his character in this film is so much more interesting. Okay, so next we have Luca, Marinelli playing Niccolo, and last but not the least, we have KiKi Layne playing Nile. So we definitely have an international cast for this film, and I think that's a nice touch. Okay, so the world is really calling for this racial equality, and I think they represented each of these characters really well. So each of these characters have their own personal struggles, and I think this film did a great job to keep you invested in each and every one of them. And again, that's just super nice to watch, because you don't get that in every movie. So each of these characters have really interesting backstories, and I think the film did a good job to make these compelling characters, and we can't really go over them in this video because of risks of spoilers, but you just have to trust me on this. They're all pretty interesting, especially Joe and Niccolo. I think they have the best on-screen chemistry out of all of them, and yeah. So if we're comparing the level of action to John Wick, we still have to give it to John Wick because the action in this film is okay, but it's not mind-blowingly great. Although in the final act, there was definitely some noteworthy action scenes that you will only get in this film. So no other action film can do these type of scenes because they're all immortal and they use those things in the action really well. So I don't think this is a spoiler, but there's just a scene that I love in this film where they're using themselves as meat shields to protect someone. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah, it's definitely one of the most interesting usage of their immortality, and again, they used that aspect of the characters really well in this film, and it definitely paid off. Another nitpick I do have for this film is the villain, because if you've ever seen a generic CEO, pharmaceutical CEO type villain, then you would have seen this villain. So there's nothing more to his character than being an evil pharmaceutical CEO, and that's pretty much it. But I think this is definitely one of those rare instances where they set up the following films really well, and I hope, because they do have some sort of end credit, I hope they do the character that appeared there justice, because I'm thinking that character is gonna be the villain for the next film, and I believe since they set her up in this film, I think it would be a really interesting follow-up movie. So overall, Old Guard is just definitely a good time with compelling characters and action scenes you won't see in any other franchise. And although it does have some flaws, it's still a pretty solid film. So we're giving Old Guard 8 headshots out of 10. But as always, don't take our word for it. We would love to hear your reviews down in the comments below. So just keep it spoiler free so the rest of the community can enjoy this film. And if you're really dying to see what happens next to the Old Guard, they do have a comic, although I haven't read it personally. Please comment down below if you have, and what are the main differences from the film to the movie. We would love to hear from you guys, and yeah, just comment that down below. So guys, that is the end of our video. We hope you like it, and don't forget that we have our Facebook page up and running, so if you want to get the latest updates. And we're asking you guys again if we should give away the Baby Yoda Funko Pop. And yeah, just comment it down below or in our Facebook page if you want the Baby Yoda Funko Pop. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell if you haven't already. And again, this is me, your bearded bro, Kevin, signing off.